What a day it is today, my friends. Perler has just released 10 brand new colors. 10! What?
The colors, Duke! The colors!
I'm colorblind, kid.
I mean, we've gotten the occasional light gray or evergreen before, but holy smokes, we're getting almost a dozen new additions? And it's not even my birthday. Let's take a look. Okay, real quick, we've got Cherry, Fawn, Robin's Egg, Pewter, Cobalt, Midnight, Toasted Marshmallow, Shamrock, Flamingo, and Salmon. At first glance, it looks like these colors are going to be ideal for some subtle shading, especially in pieces where I use a method of optical color mixing, like my photorealistic portraits. Now, as I incorporate them into my palette, I'll be grouping them by hue and sorting by shade. Plus, this is a good excuse to go over all the colors I already have. Let's get started. First up, Cherry. This one's pretty straightforward. It's a slightly darker red. This is a great addition because we finally have a shade between red and cran apple. Sure, we had rust, but that really works better as a shading for orange. We also had raspberry, but that always had kind of a pinkish tint to it. Cherry is the shadow effect for red we have been waiting for. I'm sure it will come in very handy when I get around to my vintage superhero portraits to The Flash or Iron Man. Since we're in the reds here, we may as well keep going up in brightness. When going from cran apple to cherry to red, I'm going to say the next color should be the newcomer Salmon, followed by blush, and then fellow newcomer Flamingo, and finally peach. Salmon would make a great highlight color for red, or a shadow effect color for blush. It would have been a perfect color to slip into my screen piece for that sky too. And Flamingo is kind of a mix between peach and light pink. Oh, here's my pinks by the way. Raspberry, bubblegum, pink, magenta, and light pink. Now let's jump over to our grayscales and take a look at this new color, Pewter. For reference, this is black, dark gray, gray, light gray, and white. Pewter is most comparable to gray, and I'd say it's just a tiny bit lighter, so we'll put it right here. I can see it coming in very handy when I get around to making some more black and white pieces, maybe an Alfred Hitchcock portrait, or another Twilight Zone piece. Okay, let's dive into the blues, because we've got 3 fantastic additions. Here was the previous blue lineup. Dark blue, light blue, turquoise, pastel blue, and toothpaste. Yeah, you could have periwinkle and blueberry cream in there too, but I consider them to be closer to the lavender hues. Another name for periwinkle is literally lavender blue. So these guys hang out with the more purplish colors, which we'll get to in a second. Yeah, even though blueberry cream has the word blue in its name, I keep it with the violets. It kind of bugs me too, but it's okay, because with these additions, the entire blue row is full anyway. First, we have the new darkest blue with newcomer Midnight. These guys are really dark. I thought they were black before I got them out of the bag, but they do have a deep bluish tint to them. Then on the other end of the spectrum, we've got Robin's Egg, a blue that's even lighter than toothpaste. It's true. I really like that Perler gave us a new darkest and new lightest blue. It's always nice when we can not just fill in a color's shades, but expand them. Speaking of filling it in, here's Cobalt. Remember in my top 10 essential colors video when I said, we got dark blue here, and this is light blue, so where's regular blue? Well, I think this is it. I really like this shade. It's very rich. I'd compare it to the color of Captain Crunch's uniform. You know what I mean? Light blue would be too light, and his suit isn't really as dark blue. That's where Cobalt would come in. On to the greens, because next up we have a newcomer, Shamrock. And when I heard there was going to be a new green, I kind of thought it would be redundant, honestly. Perler already has more shades of green than any other color, so I figured we had enough green, so just give me my dark purple already. Anyway, I was pleasantly surprised what a great addition Shamrock is, and just like Cobalt, it's a medium between the dark and brighter versions of its hue, with a really rich and vibrant shade. It's certainly a bright green, but not as light as actual bright green. Maybe it's the name, but I think this would be a great color for something like Lucky the Leprechaun's outfit. Why do I keep thinking of cereal mascots? Anyway, my green order is Evergreen, Dark Green, Shamrock, Parrot Green, Bright Green, Kiwi Lime, Light Green, Pastel Green, and Prickly Pear. In our next section, we've had brown, light brown, and tan. So, yeah, lots of room for growth here. I sometimes keep sand in with these guys as well, since they're all colors I use for skin tones most of the time. But now we have 2 very welcome additions with Fawn, which is a slightly lighter tan, and Toasted Marshmallow, which is a slightly lighter fawn. So this is fantastic. We just nearly doubled our earth tones here. Toasted Marshmallow would be especially great for portraying a very pale person, like Sweeney Todd here. In the past, I've had to rely on cream, which made him look pale and slightly yellow. Toasted Marshmallow would be a drastic improvement. And real quick, here's my row of violets with purple, plum, pastel lavender, light lavender, periwinkle, and blueberry cream. And my orange to yellow row goes rust, hot coral, orange, butterscotch, cheddar, yellow, pastel yellow, and cream. I look forward to trying out these new colors in some upcoming designs. For now, I've made this quick guide to see how they look fused together with other colors, and I'm very happy to report they fit perfectly. Very consistent melting job. One more thing, guys. I've got a surprise for you. In today's DIY link, I'll be including my handy dandy Perler palette that I use to make all my digital patterns, which now features all these new additions. It's probably not perfect, but it works for me. Hopefully it helps you guys out if you want to create your own patterns or identify a color in one of mine. Click right there to check it out. As always, a very big thank you to my investors on Patreon who help keep this channel going. We're getting so close to episode 100. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you soon.